Young Kobe.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Anything Can Happen podcast, episode 54. I am your host, Captain of the Cruise, Straw Hat Squirrel. With me today,
You're some type of goofy, because barely even young.
how y'all been this week? Glad y'all can join us. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. If you haven't already, tell a friend, tell your grandparents, tell your ancestors if they're still around, tell your cousins, tell the little brothers, sisters, nieces, everybody around. Tell your cousins, tell your coworkers, tell your ops. Have everybody subscribe to the podcast. Glad to have y'all here today.
Are ancestors people that are dead in your family?
I thought about that after I said it, but that's why I said if they're still around.
I don't think they can be considered ancestors if they're
But you know,
not
you can
around.
make an account for your loved ones that beyond the grave. Have them subscribe from beyond the grave.
I don't think that's how it works.
I mean, you can just type in their name and then you make a fake email for them and stuff. You know, you can do that. I'm pretty sure you can. It's not illegal, right? It's not illegal. Someone comment down below if that's illegal to make a account for your ancestors. I don't believe it is. Is it?
I don't think you can do that, sir.
I think you can.
I think that's how that works.
I could probably make something for Adam and Eve, like 101.
Adam and Eve is crazy.
I mean, that's technically all our ancestors, is it not?
I don't believe that's how that works.
Maybe. Anyways, Goofy or some kind of Goofy, how's your week been, brother? What's been going on? What's been grinding your gears this week?
Work has been grinding my gears. There's always like, I don't know, the past couple weeks, there's always some type of emergency, bro. Some people are always getting hurt, doing some dumb stuff.
Are they getting hurt on their own account, or is it like a crack in the something making them fall over?
It's usually on their own account. They messed up, or they either tripped on something, or not driving correctly. Something always doesn't seem to be going right.
So everybody's doing this to themselves.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I'll say like 90%, but like good 100%, because
100%. You went from 90 to 100. It went from an A- to an A+.
Yeah, because it also people have a lot of back issues too, So when lifting wise, you always got to have form. If you don't
I
have
got back issues. I'm only like 26, dude.
But that's what I'm saying though. If you don't have form every time you try to lift something, no matter how much the weight is, you're gonna throw your back out.
Well, you mean to tell me someone threw their back out trying to lift something?
A lot of people throw their back. That's like a common thing.
But like, do you have some elderly, somebody? I have like damn near.
Yeah, I do.
I have an elderly homie that works for me. He's not even that. I can't even call him elderly. He's like one of those young anime old guys you see in anime. He reminds me of the guy from Dr. Stone that be building stuff. Like whenever he gets excited, I sort of shout out you, Severio. Like whenever he has to build, he legit has to build stuff for our store. They tell him, bring your own tools. Today you're gonna build signage for the front. I think that's mad unfair too. But I mean, all the supplies and stuff he gets from the store and anything extra he just keeps. So
I don't think you can be saying that on the air, sir.
No, I think you can. Yeah, you can. They let it.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
They don't care.
Don't throw the homie.
No, because they really tell him, like, hey, we need you to build a small fence to show them we can do fencing, and a small thing of like,
show them we can do fencing.
Shingles. Is it shingles?
I thought shingles was the disease you get for like hives and stuff or something like that.
No, what's on the roof then? What's that stuff on the roof?
Chandeliers?
No, not the light, stupid.
I'm not a roofer, sir.
I think it's shingles. The stuff that goes on top of your roof. They have them like do a small little like sample set of that shows that we can do it, but really we can't. We hire other contractors, and they have them make like a small like picket fence, and like, oh yeah, we can do that too, but really we can't.
Yeah.
He does a lot for the store. They have him do a bunch of stuff like that. I don't think it's fair to him. He don't care because he brings his own tools, they replace all his blades, all his drill bits, and it's a fair trade, I believe. I still don't believe that he should be doing that every time. He's a cool guy though. I'll tell you about it after the pod. He said some wild stuff.
Wild man.
Wild stuff while we were watching one of the animes. But what else besides the work week been going on?
Just playing basketball with the boys. Everyone getting back outside. We're getting active. Summer's coming out. Boys are getting back outside.
We need a valid park in our town where we can go hoop and not feel in danger. Because every new park they make in town is in a dangerous part of our town.
Yeah. They just need to, instead of making a new park, they need to like update a park. Like bring some not metal courts, and bring some like glass backboards, some breakaway rims, fix the floor if anything. Like at least fix the floor. We can keep the same rims and backboards.
I'll be happy they fix the one over here by our house. That'd be great. We would love that. That's a childhood court for us. Real talk.
But yeah, no, I honestly just feel like they should just update courts, update parks in general.
If this gets to the mayor of Salinas, just know you need to fix some courts around the good parts of town. Just like it's really just the flooring, right? Mm-hmm. Once they do that, we'll be set to hoop anywhere. Real talk.
And then I don't know what I did to Instagram or if it's just a person, but someone keeps reporting my accounts. And Young Goofy can no longer be Young Goofy without the name Young Goofy. So I've done a whole lot of different variants of this Young Goofy name.
You did the whole Young name. You did YNG Young, YXNG Young Goofy.
Yeah, and then you
guys be the Young Goofy now.
I'm gonna just be Y Goofy. You know,
why me Goofy?
Yeah, why me? I don't know.
If y'all could think of a good
help me out with a name, guys.
Name for Goofy's new Instagram account, let us know in the comment down below.
See if I can even make it.
Yeah, we'll give it about a week or two before we end trying to give him another account for that name because it's been bad lately. This is what, your third account now in the past 2-3 weeks?
Like the past week.
Crazy work. If you're the one out there reporting this man's account, just DM us. Let us know what he did wrong.
What did I do?
Yeah, what did I do? We can set up a punishment for him to do to make you feel better.
No, we can't.
We have We have 2 different kind of hot sauces you can try at once for you. I don't know.
No.
Because we want our man to get back to the
bottom of this though. Not doing a punishment.
Yeah, we gotta hire a detective for this, bro.
This is. I'm sorry. Bleep that.
Bleep that, Manny. Bleep the R word. But
it's stupid.
My week, I went to go ball on Monday too. I felt like Angel Reeves. I was missing layups, getting my rebound, missing it again and again and again and again. I felt bad. And then the game after, Taz did the same thing, so I didn't feel as bad. But then again, it's Taz, so we were all balling like Angel Reeves. It was a good hoop day. We had Kobe out there, Sway, E-Word, Hick, Pops. It was a good ball day.
Bro, I had some nice dimes to everyone. I had no looks and all. Everyone bricked every nice pass. It was crazy.
That's honestly the worst feeling ever when you make the prettiest, sexiest pass and they don't make you look good.
I just make myself look good. I just call for ISO or pick and roll and I'm gone.
I started throwing no look passes that same day because I couldn't pass. Everybody kept stealing my passes because I kept telegraphing everything. But after that, I kept yelling, I can't pass. I suck at passing. The last game, I was no looking everything. Everybody dimes, and everybody Angel Reeves. Bricking.
Yeah, no, I always get people are in my way and I know I can't get it past them. I just nutmeg the pass.
But besides basketball this week, work has been usual. I watch anime with my coworkers and my OG Severio every night at work. He just caught up with My Hero Academia. He's really pissed off how it ends right now. He's like, it left me open. I don't know what to do. I try to explain to him, like, yep, this is what I call anime blue balls, Severio. And he's upset. But I also asked him the follow-up question. If you were in this verse and you had to pick somebody else's power to have, who would it be? And he came up with an option I don't think any of us chose. No. Who would you have picked if you chose a power to have in this modern day age? He chose a very valid power.
I'm trying to think of stuff that can help, or at least like help me. So I'm probably gonna go either Gran Torino or
I was thinking Hawks just because I want to fly around or float.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of flying quirks.
Yeah, you can have float.
I was thinking her, and then I was thinking Gravity,
That one sucks though too, because she can't really make herself float, and she gets sick every time she does too much of it.
But that's her. I'm not gonna get sick.
I was thinking like Black Whip too, because like I want to be able to swing around like Spider-Man, but I don't want to have the tape arms like Sero, because that's a really fucked up elbow. Think about that. It's a fat roll of tape on your each elbow. That sucks. I was thinking something like that flight too, but he one-upped me. He's like, okay, in the modern day age, I'd want twice. I want to be able to duplicate myself and have various jobs to work or do various tasks for myself. He thought outside the box for that. I ain't gonna lie, that was a really good pick.
So if you do that, are you that's just a part-time job. You are allowed to have part-time jobs.
You can have a full-time job at that point.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I was like, but are you allowed to have that many jobs? But I guess you can.
As many as you can handle, I guess, right?
It's like, you can get rich without even doing anything.
Swear to God. You can have 5 separate jobs for 5 separate clones. Just keep it simple. But we just finished My Hero. He actually really likes it. He likes the Zero to Hero story. But since we've been watching a lot of that lately, I let him decide what to pick next. I gave him a couple choices, and he chose AOT. He's 8 episodes in. He's at the point where by the time he sees this, he thinks Aaron's dead. Aaron he lost a leg. He lost his arm. He thinks Aaron is eaten up by a Titan. And he thinks a random Titan showed up and started fighting other Titans. So he thinks there's more of these kind of Titans. And I had to try to explain to him, there's certain Titans with certain abilities. So when the Colossal popped up for the second time, he was just like, where'd he go? He can disappear? And I'm just like, you'll see soon. You'll see soon. Because during the last awards that just happened for Crunchyroll, fucking hate everything that won, pretty much. AOT got a brand new award that was just announced this year. It's called the Global Anime Award. Or Global Anime Impact Award. The first ever of its kind, and it went to AOT.
Because it had a Hitler story?
I don't know about that, but yes. I don't know if we gotta bleep the man's H name, but it pretty much is, but I don't feel like it should have won the Global Impact one.
You know how globally impact that was?
I mean, Global Impact the actual guy was, obviously.
Exactly.
But
it's the same storyline.
There's plenty of other animes that have way more impact than AOT did. After Akira Toriyama, the writer for Dragon Ball Z, died, the Mexican cartel had a ceasefire for a whole day or two just to celebrate his life. They had to. It was just a thing out there. I feel like Dragon Ball Z probably could have won that.
You know how many lives were impacted from this one man's name?
You're talking about the actual guy or Aaron?
Both.
Or Aaron in real life. Just say that. Just say Aaron in real life. A lot, definitely.
Exactly. Global.
I feel like more people know Dragon Ball Z than AOT. I feel like it.
A lot of people know Aaron.
Okay. I want to make a clip out of this. So, if you guys think Dragon Ball Z should have took the Global Impact Award over AOT, I want you guys to comment down below. I'm going to make a poll out of this after this pod. Who deserved it more, the Global Impact more, Dragon Ball Z or Attack on Titan? I feel like Dragon Ball Z had a bigger impact on all anime worldwide than AOT did. Don't get me wrong, AOT is a great anime. It's in my top 10. Top 10. But global impact, I'm talking about like places that don't even really watch anime like that. No Goku. They don't know Eren Yeager.
They know.
Shut up.
They know.
Shut up. Shut up.
They know the human guy.
But that's kind of been what's up with my week. It's been just a lot of anime at work. Not much else going on in life.
I can't even watch anime at work no more, bro. There's so much things going on at work. Like, not hectic wise, but like emergency wise, I guess, because they're emergencies.
Well, we watch on lunch. I
try to.
Yeah. On lunch?
There's people that come up and some sit with me and talk to me, and I'm just like halfway paying attention.
You gotta let them know you're on your second job. Then at that point, like I am on my second job. Unless you're gonna pay me for this conversation, leave me the fuck alone.
I don't even get paid for this one.
Not yet, but eventually. You know, that's the whole point. But you got any kind of thing going on in news wise? Anything going up?
I haven't had anything for news for a week, pal. I can't see anything.
All right. So I just seen today. Coming out in July, we're gonna start season 2 of Kaiju number 8. But I just seen today, Kaiju number 8 manga ends in 2 chapters. It's a really short anime. It's gonna be ending pretty soon. I don't know if they're gonna make a spin-off series or if it just completely ends, like the whole story will just be over by then. What do you think? How do you think Kaiju number 8 will end as a anime or manga series? How do you think? What's your prediction for the end of Kaiju?
Kaiju dies.
All of them, or
all of them?
Even 8?
Mm-hmm.
Kafka Himino dies.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be so sad. Do you think he at least gets Omina?
Nah, he kills like the last kaiju, and he goes out like Iron Man, just like how he kills the last guy, and then as the result of him killing the dude, he gets like stabbed at the same time or something, or like hits with the final blow, and he's all dramatic.
I'll be
upset. I want to
upset.
see you guys, and then
I want him to at least get a baby Kafka going.
why? Because he's old.
Yeah,
Like 38.
Yeah, a baby
Something like
Kafka Himino.
He's like 35.
That'd be pretty sick.
He doesn't get powers.
So he'd have Mina's abilities. Hopefully, Mina's strength.
That's training.
And the brains of Kafka.
That's training.
The brains of Kafka. The determination, the willpower. Come on. It's here for the 30-year-olds. No?
I'm not 30 yet.
Huh?
I'm not 30 yet.
We're not 30 yet, but I'm saying like Kafka's a 30-year-old. We're gonna be pushing that, and we're in our mid-20s.
So I still got 5 more years.
I got more like 4 and less than 4.5.
I got 5.
Less than 4.5.
Still 25.
Less than 4.5 for him.
Still 25.
25 for like what? 3 more months.
Still 25.
3 more months, and he's not 25 no more.
4. Get it right.
The world's largest ride. The world's largest ride is in production right now, and it's in the Dragon Ball Z theme park in Saudi Arabia, and it's themed after the Snake Way path of Dragon Ball Z, which is the longest run Goku's ever had to been on. And I don't know if I really want to go there and check out this theme park. No,
You can't do shit out there.
I mean, I just want to go to the theme park.
You can't do shit out there.
I can't go to the theme park.
I don't even think your girl can go to the theme park.
She can cover up. If she has to, yeah. I'll leave her here. I don't care. I'll go by myself if nobody wants to go with me. Hopefully I'll make it back.
You do one stupid thing there.
They have
Off
alcohol.
with your head.
Huh?
Off with your head.
They have alcohol there, right?
Yes.
I think it'd be fine then. I only got like 2 more pieces of news for us, Goofy, to really talk about because there wasn't much going on in the week. One of them, this one right here doesn't attain to anime at all. This is just like something that popped up to me and I had to talk about.
I gotta go pee.
Well, after these 2 little subjects. So Wendy's is launching a new chicken sandwich. What do you think the chicken sandwich is?
Toe?
What?
I don't know.
You say toe?
Chicken? Toe of a chicken?
Like toe? Like actual toe?
Like the toe. Chicken foot.
I thought you were talking like tofu. Hell no. So the new chicken sandwich Wendy's is launching, it's Takis infused chicken sandwich and fries.
So it just has a fuego sauce like
It's
coated in it?
I guess so. I don't know whether to be concerned or excited.
My butthole will be on fire. I'm gonna eat it.
I'm gonna try it. It's gonna burn coming out for sure.
It's not gonna be pleasant.
It's probably, I ain't gonna lie, it might be gas. What are you gonna rate it? What do you rate it now before you try it? What do you think? What's your predictions?
I've never ate Takis with Wendy's before.
But what's your predictions on the sandwich?
I've never ate Takis with any type of chicken sandwich before.
Me either. No, nobody's had. This is something new to me. But what's your prediction on it? Because this is going to launch later on this June.
I don't even know.
Give it a prediction.
I don't know.
I'm giving a 6. I think it's going to be a 6 out of 10. It's not going to be a pleasant eat. You're going to have a little hint of Taki, but most of the chicken. You know what? I'm going down to maybe a 5 or a 4 now because I feel like this is going to burn. But last little piece of news I have, the One Piece live action series just announced, has shown what Tony Chopper is going to look like in the live action. A lot of fans are like on the edge of whether it's good, bad. Tony Chop. I feel like it looks all right compared to like the first few versions of like other live action people we've seen. I don't feel like it's too bad. I don't know if you can see from here. He don't look that bad. He looks more like
it looks like Ted with a big old hat.
Yeah. People are upset about this already. I'm giving it a chance because Chopper has many different forms.
They don't fuck with you.
He has an arm.
Where are his clothes?
He has pants. That's it. He's just wearing that to copy Luffy in that stuffy. But Chopper is actually a reindeer.
I know that.
So in One Piece, there's many different weird fruits. A lot of fruits that make no sense to anybody else. But being a reindeer as he is, he was already outcasted by his own kind because... So the way they played on this, they played on more of a Rudolph tradition. But you know how Rudolph had a red nose and he was outcasted, right?
He had a red rocket. Outcasted.
God damn it. God damn it. Motherfucker.
Outcasted forever.
So if you look at Chopper's nose, it's not red, but it's different than every other reindeer. He had a blue nose.
He has a 30.
He had on his nose. He got outcasted by his own kind because of his blue nose. So when he was outcasted, he couldn't find food for himself, ended up coming across what he thought was a regular mushroom. Eats it.
Started tripping.
It's a fruit. It ends up being a devil fruit. And I believe if anybody else besides Chopper ate this fruit, it'd be completely and utterly useless. The name of his fruit, I mean, I have a theory about it too, but I'll talk to you about after that. But the name of Chopper's fruit currently is called the Hito no Mi, a.k.a. the human fruit.
Meaning, real boy.
Meaning, yes, it gave him the ability to walk and talk like a human. So say if me and you were to come across this fruit in the wild and be like, okay, it's a devil fruit. I don't know what it is. I'm going to try it. We'd have nothing changed to us at all besides we can no longer swim in the ocean. We would just drown.
What if we reverse the human psychology and go back to being monkeys? Or human DNA?
So far from what I've seen in One Piece, every version of a Hito fruit ends up being a god version or a god complex version. So far we have 2 versions that are canon in One Piece. We have the Hito no Mi model Buddha. So somebody ate that and legit becomes the Buddha god. Luffy's fruit, everybody thought was the gum, the rubber fruit. He ends up having a god fruit for the sun god. It's called the Hito no Mi model Nika. Sun god.
The model, I can't say that.
Yeah, he's able to manipulate anything and make it rubber. I believe Chopper's fruit is the Hito no Mi model Adam first. So he might have another god kind of fruit or maybe a forest god kind of fruit, I believe. But I also believe if any of us in the actual world ate that fruit, we'd just be pissed.
I feel like we reverse the human DNA and go back to the monkeys.
I don't know, man. Oh, speaking of that, I seen a post on Instagram. It was somewhere out in the boonies. It only took 20 men to kill a gorilla.
To kill a gorilla?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if we can say that word.
Gorilla?
Kill.
Mute both those words, just both those K words, just in case, Manny. Just so we were safe. Appreciate you. But I don't know. Back to the live action. I'm excited to see season 2 Chopper. I feel like he looks good enough. And again, he has 5 transformations of himself. He has a point where he becomes a beefy.
I've seen it.
Beefy version. He has a defense version. He has a speed version, and a straight just arm version, and a version where he can just point out your weak points. So I'm excited to see how they do this.
You'd be like, kick him in the dick.
That's really what he does. He does this kind of stuff. He looks around. He's like, all right, weak point, kick him in the balls. Tight vibe. I'm excited to see how it is. I don't know whether other people are really mad about it. I'm excited. Butters is mad about it.
Fuck him.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and talk about what I've been watching. So, I've been watching the one with my lady that's strictly, purely no fighting.
This shit's hot.
It's about a young pianist. Is it pianist?
I don't know.
Well, it's a young man who used to be a great piano player because his mom taught him everything when he was younger. But sadly, his mom was sick and in a wheelchair and already dying. So the last thing she wanted to do before she had passed on was to teach him at least something to get him by in life, which was the piano, because he was already really good at it. But the way she taught him to play was to play just the notes, play what's on your paper. Don't feel the mute, don't feel it out, play what's in front of you. So he came first in a lot of competitions, but in one of the last ones he won when his mom was around, he kind of freestyled a little bit, but still got first. Everybody loved the way he played it. He did his own little flair to it. His mom was upset. I'm pretty sure he was getting abused the whole time his mom was teaching him how to play. So the last thing he's ever really said to his mom was, "I wish you die. I'm tired of playing." So he learned after that, his next competition after his mom passed, midway through his set, he lost the ability to hear his notes from the piano. He felt like he was drowning in water and was deep down where no light can hit him. So he could no longer hear his own notes, so he just lost the love of the piano. He ends up meeting this girl who played the violin, and she taught him to love music again and to play again. She ends up teaching him how to be able to hear his own notes again. And during one of his last recitals where they're supposed to be a team, she's supposed to play the violin, he's supposed to play the piano.
She dies.
I believe she's gonna be at the end. I believe she catches something, but she ends up getting sick. She's already falling over. She don't want to explain to nobody why she's falling over. She just says, "Oh, she's like, I'm just dehydrated. I haven't ate," but she hasn't explained to her friends what's going on. So during this recital, it's a duo thing. He pulls up by himself and just plays the piano. He's feeling so much emotional connection with this girl. He ends up being able to hear the notes and pretty much say his final goodbye to his mom through the piano. I ain't gonna lie, this shit's so fucking sad. I was watching it with Gloria. I was trying not to tear up. I look back, she's fucking bawling. I was like, okay, me too. He says his final goodbye during this song. Everybody loves it. Crowd goes wild, but obviously he can't win the recital because it's a duo thing. So where I'm at right now, the girl's still in the hospital because she don't want to tell anybody what's going wrong. I believe she caught a certain disease, and this dude's gonna learn that every time he's gonna learn that she's caught a disease and she's gonna pass. So the one that taught him to get back his love for the music is gonna pass again, but she's gonna teach him it's okay to lose as long as you live on through your music with us. Because during his last song, the girl that taught him to love again, the music, she chose the song his mom used to play over and over again. It's called Love's Sorrow. There's 2 versions though. There's Love's Joy and Love's Sorrow. His mom would play the shit out of Love's Sorrow, but do her own version on it. She would freestyle to it. So when he was on stage, he played it the way she would play it. He freestyled it, and that's when he learned to hear his own notes again. This anime is so sad, and I'm so happy I watched it. It's called Your Lie in April, and I believe it's got one of the highest recommendations to watch out of everything.
If you know keys and can read notes, wouldn't you be able to still play the piano without hearing it?
So he can, but think about it. A piano, you have to play it a certain way for it to sound right. So if you can't hear how you're sounding, you're legit just mashing all the keys and it's sounding so rough.
But if you read the keys, you know exactly the key to hit in the minor to hit it in.
No, not the way this works. Because you still have to be able to hear how you're playing it. Because like a piano or a guitar, it's a string instrument. If you play it too hard, your chords will sound all off. So you have to play it with a light kind of hand or like a light stroke of your guitar.
Well, I know that. That's what I'm saying though. Like,
well, he learns to be able to hear it again through this girl. But this girl, I believe, is going to end up passing at the end of this show. And it's such a sad show, but it's so fucking good. Because his best friend since childhood, she's the complete opposite of him. She's a softball star. His best friend's a soccer star. He gets all the girls, and this guy's a quiet type. He's just to himself. He practices the piano, but he can't hear his own noise, so he just listens to music through headphones all the time of his old playings over his mom's old playings. I'm giving this show. I'm not even halfway through it yet. I'm giving this show a 9 out of 10 so far. It's such a great show, bro. The way he played the keys, the way it shows the emotional attachment to it, bro. It's so sad. Now, this other show I'm watching, holy fuck, what the fuck? I'm really just watching anything that's been popular or recommended to me, very much so, or very repetitively. So a lot of you may know this show. It's called Mushoku Tensei in Japanese, but the English version is called Jobless Reincarnation. It's about this man who dies and gets reincarnated into another world. It's called Isekai. Well, the genre is called Isekai. But in this new world, he's born into a baby's body, but has the memories of his past life. In his past life, he was a 30-year-old shut-in who got bullied to the max. Some of the worst things you can think of that in Japan that bullies would do, they did to this guy. He gets reincarnated into a baby's body. 30-year-old in a baby's body. So imagine a 5-year-old with a 35-year-old mind. Now imagine a 10-year-old with a 40-year-old mind. Very perverted. Very sexualized. I ain't gonna lie. If the show wasn't so fucking horny, it'd be a 10. It'd be a 10 out of 10. It's 2 seasons so far. It's mad horny. Something happens during the second season where this guy, his name is Rudy. So something happens at the end of season 1 that causes him to lose his ability to do extracurricular activities.
He got snipped?
No, my man's need a blue chew.
Oh, he's a gummy worm.
He's got ED.
Oh, he need a whole packet of blue.
So the whole second season, and keep in mind, whole second season, he had just turned 15. So he was going through the ED stuff at bro got rid of his V card at age 12. Swear to you. It was to his third cousin though. Anyway. Yes. So the whole second season is about him going to this school of magic that his master had recommended to him. And in this school of magic, he believes he can find a way to cure his ED because he has certain dreams that allow him to speak to somebody that's called man god. And in this world, there are different gods that different people follow. So there's a dragon god, there's a demon god, and so far I only know the 3. And he's able to speak with man god himself. So remember in Full Metal Alchemist how there was that blurry white figure called the Truth? In this version, it's called Man God. And Man God is able to give him advice that'll steer him towards a better version of his life that'll help him with everything he needs. But during a certain event in season 1, a big mana storm hits the whole world and separates his whole family. I'm talking about this dude gets separated from his mom, dad, sister, his actual full-blood sister, and then half-blood sister, because his dad ends up fucking the maid and having a kid with the maid.
Whoa.
So his dad ends up having 2 wives.
It's illegal.
Not in this world. Not in this world.
Whoa.
And I'm not going to lie, the dad is one of my favorite characters because his name is Paul, and he is legit one of my favorite characters in this whole show.
Hi, my name's Pao.
So in season 2, he ends up meeting back up with his dad, Paul, he's been separated from his wife, his second wife, and all he's found so far was his actual full-blood daughter, was his daughter. And he ends up meeting back up with his son, and Rudius ends up telling his dad like stories like, oh yeah, I did this, and this, and trying to play it off like he's been happy this whole time, but really he's been going through hella stuff. And his dad gets upset. He's like, bro, I've been looking for you, your mom, your sisters, and Lena this whole time, and you're out here having fun, adventures, and they get pissed. Ends up saying, like, you're not shit. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't care. But Rudy just ends up feeling upset. Like, bro, like, I didn't want to upset you or worry you about what I've been going through. Like, I'm going through all this other stuff. I'm an 11-year-old kid going through this by myself. Like, you don't think I've had to go through stuff? He's legit died to the dragon god at a point. But he got brought back by the same dragon god because there's another girl with the dragon god that decided to bring him back because he was different. The dad doesn't realize all this stuff, and then they have an emotional dad to son moment. But at this point, he's like a 41-year-old in an 11-year-old's body. He just tells his dad, hey, can we start this over? Let's act like we haven't met back for the first time. And Paul's just like, what the hell? He's like, he tells his dad, well, his dad, hey, get down real quick. Get on your knees real quick. He's like, what the fuck?
This
what do you mean?
Left turn fast.
And Paul gets down. He just runs up and hugs him. He's like, Dad, I missed you so much.
It's not at all what I thought it was going.
And they just start bawling out, crying. Because imagine you haven't seen your family in over 5-6 years.
Family.
So they have their little emotional moment. In season 2, he talks to, well, before season 2 happens, he talks to this man god, and man god tells him, your family will be okay. I need you, if you want to make a better life for yourself and cure your sickness, which is his ED, you want to go to this magic school.
That's a crazy sickness.
It's so weird, bro.
What the fuck?
It was recommended to me, and I'm not
this
gonna lie.
This show is focused on this guy getting an erection.
No, the whole show is focused. This dude is a horny ass dude.
It's focused on him getting an erection.
It was for a certain point. But season 2 happens. He ends up going to the school following Man God's orders. He meets friends. He meets different people. And he ends up meeting back up with his childhood friend from his village where everybody got separated. Her name's Sylphie. She's an elf.
Got hot in here, guys.
She ends up curing his ED. And in this world, all it takes to really get married is to just buy a house together. So at this point,
works.
At this point in this story, he's a 16-year-old. He's met back up with his childhood friend he's loved forever, and she's loved him forever. They get married, and now his childhood friend is gonna have their baby. He gets a letter from his dad saying, everything's went wrong, send help, your mother is in trouble. So he has to decide whether to stay with what's going to be his new family with his new baby and his sisters there at his house, or to go on an adventure to help his father.
His father just disowned me. I'm not going to help.
But that was before. Remember, they already hugged it out and started over.
Oh, well then.
He has a dream to Man God, and Man God tells him, if you go to help your father in this country, you're going to have regrets. If you stay here and raise your new child with Sylphie, you're going to be happy. You won't have any problems. But no matter what, so Man God gives him prophecies he has to end up following one way or another. So let me tell you this. If you had a prefilation, if you were in a committed relationship with a kid on the way, you're married. If God told you, You gotta cheat on your wife.
Let me tell you, if God tells you to do something, goddamn it, you do it.
So he argues with Man God in his dream. He's like, I don't want to cheat on my wife. I'm in love with her. Like, we're having her kid. I don't want to do this. Man God says there's only certain ways to do things. Like, if you don't follow my certain rules, you're gonna have regrets. So he says, okay, I'll follow these rules, but I'm not gonna cheat on my wife. He ends up talking to his little sister, and she realizes he's not gonna go save their mother and their father. His little sister's like 8 years old. She packs up. She's gonna go on the mission herself.
But let me tell you this. I'm not too versed in Bible or Bible talks. But I believe Jesus told the man to kill his son.
He said, take his foreskin.
He wasn't gonna be breathing anymore. He went to go do it. I don't believe he went through with it fully, but he was gonna go do it. God tells you to go do something. I believe you go do it.
So the Man God had told him there's a set of twins that are your followers. They call him boss. They're beast women. They have a certain kind of mating. They have a mating season for when the women go in heat. And during this season,
snoo.
But during this season, if their boss is to be defeated in battle by any person, the person defeating the boss would be able to claim them as their mate. So during their first mating season, this fool gets challenged by over 200 beastmen because these girls are actually beast royalty. So he's already an OP mage. He's one of the only mages in this world who can do. It's called enchantments. An enchantment is like you speak certain words to do a spell. He's the only incantations. He's the only person who does not have to do an incantation to do magic. He can just spawn up his magic. So he's able to wipe most of these people until the Demon King pulls up and says, I want one of them as my bride. So I gotta fight you. This demon is a big ogre who has 6 arms and purple hair. But he says, okay, I like what kind of person you are, Rudius. Let's agree to this. You get 1 shot. If you can injure me in this 1 shot, you win.
Kick him in the dick.
So he does the little spike thing and ends up knocking this fool back and ripping off his arm. He says, okay, Rudius, you're the victor. But I still want to see if you can take one of my hits. Rocks this fool as hard as he can with one of his arms, gives him the fattest lump on his face ever. He still ends up victorious. So now he has a Demon King on his side. The Man God tells him, hey, during this next mating season, you're going to have to fuck one of these 2 sisters. And that's when he's like, I don't cheat on my wife. But Man God said he had to. During this exhibition to go save his mother, he ends up meeting back up with his master, who's a demon. Demons really don't age. She's a short, blue-haired mage who taught him the ways of magic. She ends up falling for him. But he falls into a deep depression because during this mission, as he meets back up with his father and lets him know, like, hey, we're going to go save mom. But before that, I want to let you know, I've grown up. I'm a man now. I got married. I have a house.
I'm a real boy.
I have a child on the way, Dad. You're gonna be a grandpa. And he tells Paul, yeah, he's making fun of him. He's like, yeah, you're about to be grandpa. And they're laughing, they're drinking together, they're having fun. During this mission, they run into a Hydra, a 6-headed dragon with magic scales. He repels all their attacks. From what's supposed to be our world, he remembers, I think it's a certain kind of Greek mythology. If you were to cut off a Hydra's head and burn it where the scales are, they can no longer regenerate. So they go on that tactic. On the last head he's supposed to cut off, he gets cocky. He says, we can do this. And he's about to get attacked. His dad jumps in the way and saves him. But when he opens his eyes back up, the Hydra's face is in his face. instead of using his staff, he plunges his right arm right through the Hydra's eye and puts a spike right through it. But in turn, he loses his whole arm. After that, he's like, okay, we did it. We saved my mom. He says, all right, Paul, we did it. Turns to the side. Paul is dead. Paul is cut in half. He falls into deep depression because he feels like it's his fault. His dad died. It's because he didn't follow God's orders. He feels like this is going to be his regret God was talking about. When they return home, he has to explain to him, his little sisters, that their dad died saving him. And one of his sisters gets mad upset, saying, you could have done more. You're the strongest mage around. And she looks down and realizes he's missing a whole arm. So she kind of comes to terms with it. Like, she says, okay, if you couldn't defeat him, Rudius, no one could have. I'm sorry. And while this whole mission was happening, his mother was actually trapped within magic ice. So when she gets broken out of it, she has no memory of anybody or anyone. So he feels like it was pointless for him to go down there and save her. And even more pointless that his father died for what is now pretty much someone who's not even important to him. Because he says, because being reincarnated from another world, he doesn't even feel like this mom is his mom, even though she took care of him for 7 years of his whole life before they got separated. But he learns from his dad's ways that even though we haven't been there for you the whole time, we're still family. He ends up burying his father on his property that he bought, and all the adventurers that his father used to party with come to visit him every once in a while. And he has a final drink with his dad and says, hey, I know I didn't really think of you like a father, but I'm always going to be Paul Grey Rat's son. It has a final drink with his dad and it says, I want you to look over your grandchild no matter what. That's where season 2 kind of ends. If the show wasn't so horny, or if season 2 wasn't so based on him getting rid of his disease, I would recommend this show for anybody.
Is that really a disease though?
He thinks it's like a sickness.
That's just like a body function.
As a 15-year-old though, he thinks it's a disease. So it's I ain't gonna lie, it's a really good show. I'm giving it like a 8.5 out of 10 because I finished the whole thing.
It's crazy.
I'm not recommending it to nobody, but dude, I think one of the number one parents in all anime has got to be Paul Grey Rat. This dude, once he's seen his wife behind that ice, behind the Hydra, everybody else is like, okay, maybe we got to retreat. Paul's already rushing in 2 sword style, cutting off heads, trying to get his wife back. And Paul realized that this whole thing is like, okay, I gotta be able to keep calm and keep my composure. My son's doing it, so I have to too. Paul wasn't there the whole time, but I think Paul is probably one of the best dads in anime. I say all that to say is that this is a good show. Do not watch it on anybody. Do not watch it on anybody because there's certain characters that are just out there and do weird things. I'm letting you know this now. There's an elf. There's an elf girl. An elf lady. She's like probably already hundreds of years old. She used to be in a party with this fool's dad and mom. She's cursed. And her curse is the weirdest curse in any anime verse. I want you to try to guess what this curse is. So imagine the whole show is based around this fool's shit. Now, think of the worst curse that you can think of right now.
Elephantitis.
What is that?
Where it just grows just looks like an elephant.
Okay,
piece
she's
of body.
The elf lady's the elf's a lady. She's cursed.
So?
Her curse is if she doesn't get enough if she doesn't get play, she will die.
Oh.
So if she doesn't have enough play, she dies.
See, my thought was that she has elephantitis in her lips that are below the waist. It's gonna drop her down.
In season 1, we're introduced to this elf lady. She's in a party with his old master. His old master walks in the inn where they're all supposed to be staying as headquarters. She walks in on a Mandingo party. It doesn't show it like how like actual hentai and stuff's supposed to show it, but you get the idea. But they're orcs. There's 5 shirtless orcs standing around a bedside. Disgusting. There's 5 shirtless orcs standing around bedside waiting for their turn, and she's bent over doggy style doing her moans.
That's crazy.
What's crazier is I tried so hard not to get caught watching this show, to only get caught watching this show by my lady the other night.
Is she watching on the Mandingo party?
No. She went to sleep after the scene where we got done crying about the other show.
Imagine she would have walked in the Mandingo party.
There's another scene that she caught. This is season 2. He's at a magic school.
Harry Potter?
Elf lady's hanging out a window.
Titties out,
getting bloomed, making all the noises.
I'm sorry, meet that.
Yeah, making all the noises. And she woke up and said, "What the hell are you watching?" And I had to explain, this is a guy recommended by a coworker. I'm having words with him tomorrow. Then I had words with him the next day. But he was with, I believe, some chick he's trying to talk to, or one of our other coworker ladies. And I try to tell him, like, "Hey, bro, come here real quick. I need to talk to you about this show that you had me watching." He's like, "Oh, bro, just say it." And I told him, I was like, "Hey, it's explicit. Come here. I don't want to say it out loud." He's like, "Nah, bro, fuck it. Go ahead and say it." I said it. Now this girl thinks all we watch is hentai.
And when you tell anyone you watch anime, and that's what they think?
Really, honestly, yes. The show is an 8.5 if it wasn't so much based around how horny he was.
I don't know.
Or his ED.
This show sounds like a solid 7, maybe 6.
No, because the animation is so fucking great. The story, amazing. Besides that, side characters, besides the elf chick, fucking awesome. There's a demon guy who's been banished by the demon realm because something happened where he got twisted, where his whole kind got twisted, and they all had to fight each other during a war.
Twisted?
Yeah, like they got manipulated and mind controlled. They legit had to kill each other during this war. And he ends up making this guy a good guy and ends up making him like looked up to by everybody around the world.
So they had a civil war.
Kinda. And I ain't gonna lie, my 2 favorite characters were that fool's dad, Paul, and the demon guy whose name is Rickard. Those 2 are my favorite 2 characters. Everything besides how horny this kid is and his ED, it's a great story.
This show sounds crazy. That's why. Gang-banged elves, hoard out
You know the scene
witches,
with the black couch and the
teenagers,
the Caucasian woman, and then that's what it was.
Teenagers with ED.
I'm not recommending this show for anybody.
Show sounds wicked. It sounds like Devilman Cry or whatever the fuck that show is called.
Devilman Cry, baby. But what's crazy is that this is one of the most top rated shows by a lot of people. So I want to know who the hell's rating this show like that, bro. You belong under the jail. But that's all I have on Mushoku Tensei, man. I'm not excited, but I will watch season 3 because during that whole exhibition where he had to go find his mom, he ends up cheating on his wife with his master.
With his master?
Yeah, the demon that taught him how to use magic.
Please tell me his master is a female species?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just gotta clarify.
But there's a certain religion that they follow, that they can follow here, that's pretty much like, oh, you only have one wife if you're a follower of this guy. But he doesn't follow anybody. They don't follow that. He doesn't follow that religion. So he's able to have more than one wife. So he has to go home and explain to his pregnant wife that I want to bring another wife into this. And she's completely cool with it.
Hey, Sometimes you gotta shoot your shot. Like Jordan said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
But remember how
Don't
I told
hurt
you?
to ask.
Remember how I told you? His dad ended up fucking the maid and had a kid with the maid too. So his dad had 2 wives. So during this mission, before his dad died, he leaned to him and said, "Hey, Rudy, I gotta talk to you about something, but not here. Maybe later." And he don't know what he's oblivious to. He's like, "Bro, just say it." He's like, "You know what? I'm gonna say it in a way like you won't get in, like it'll make sense to you later on." He's like, I used to be able to just wield 1 sword and it was enough for me, but now I got used to using 2, and each sword has a different purpose. You'll find the reason for having your 2 swords later. It clicks with him later after all this happens, after the death, after the last drink. This is what he meant by the 2 swords. Paul was a good dad. R.I.P. Grandpa. He never got to see his grandchild. I ain't gonna lie, I was so sad about it. I knew it was coming up too. I was so sad about Paul. 8.5. Not recommending for anybody. Unless you like weird stuff. You know what? I'd probably recommend it to the homie Q Ball. Because he watches a lot of stuff. And he's a kind of weird guy. Love you, Q Ball. But let's go on and get to our shows for the week, Goof. We're already an hour in. Let's get to it. What do you feel like starting with, man? We got 3 shows. Well, what do you think was the best one? We'll say that for last. We got Vigilantes, Fire Force.
Probably Windbreaker.
Windbreaker for last? All right, so we have 2 other ones to start with. Vigilantes or Fire Force?
Vigilantes.
All right. You want to take it from here?
So it starts pretty much off where it left off at the end of last episode. The crueler, I'm calling him the crueler, not the crawler.
I'm calling him the creeper.
Or the creeper. Man of many names. Man of many names.
Many names.
His mom's here. His mom is here, and she's here to see how his college life is, how he's going on, his grades, his life, seeing how it's going on. He told his mom he had a girlfriend. The crueler does not have a girlfriend.
I'm so happy he went with the way he started it and not with young shorty.
But we already established that she's already of dating age, or
she is 14 to 15.
Isn't that the consent age?
She is 14 to 15. He is 19 right now.
I don't know. We looked at it already.
I like the older version.
Oh, me too. I'm up there. I'm the older guy. I'm older person all the way, but we already searched it up.
Yeah.
It's already legal over there. It's kind of weird. But he goes about calling his news friend to come be his fake girlfriend. Come says hi to the mom, introduces herself, who she is, how she met him. As soon as she's done talking, you're lying. You're a liar. It's not your girlfriend. She's too pretty for you. That's fucked up. What if your mom said that to you? She's like, nah, this can't be your girlfriend. You're fucking with me. She's too good for you. What the
Mom, I'm a funny guy.
Hey, I get the chuckles. I might be not the greatest looking, but I get the chuckles, you know what I'm saying? And out of nowhere, knock at the door. Pop Step comes up. She's actually dressed casual. She's dressed casual. But
she's dressed for the winter.
For her, she popped out with the pop out. She thought she had that shit on.
I don't know why that fit was so fucking basic.
She had just like a pink like cardigan with a pink dress and then like a Alaskan hat. Like one of those.
She was dressed for the snow.
Yeah, but she had a dress on. It was very weird. That was
a big jacket.
Comes in shy. She's like, hey, well, I'm here to be your girl. Oh, she's already here to be your fake girlfriend. Oh, okay. And then she got upset. Extremely upset because she thought she was going to be the one picked solely to meet his mom to be the fake girlfriend.
So he tells his mom, like, oh, yeah, it's just some girl from my neighborhood thinks I'm cool.
And then she's like, why do you have the neighborhood hood rat coming through the house? That was fucked up.
That was mad.
That was crazy.
His mom is a wild character.
Freaky Fist Grandpa, on the other hand, comes out of nowhere a couple seconds later. Has no mask. Has regular clothes on and a blazer. You see his scar.
That's my giveaway too. You don't think that people who see that scar and then Freaky Fist Grandpa, that scar looks kind of familiar. But what really like caught my attention and had me like, oh damn, what the fuck? Koichi's mom and College Shorty both were like, oh, that's daddy.
Okay, hold up. I was about to get there. They started flirting with bro as soon as he walked in. Tell me why he had the perfect like cover story, and it makes me think if he actually works for this group or he just has cards printed out for when he actually has to be a regular like pedestrian form, you know?
I feel like he might actually work with something like that.
Like he works for a nonprofit.
Yeah.
He so in the show, he pulls out the card, gives it to Koichi's friend and his mom, and lets him know like, hey, I work for this nonprofit. This is what we do. We make the city nice and neat. We keep the bad guys away or try to keep them away, and in sense, we make everything else look nice and neat. And while doing so, I recruited the hood rat.
These two dummies.
I recruited the hood rat. And I recruited the creeper to join. After that, they're still hitting. Both of them are hitting on him. Ooh, I like your muscles. Ooh, I like this. And then from there, the hood. I keep calling him the hood rat. The Pop Step gets mad because Koichi's mom's telling pretty much everyone how he's pretty much a failure hero. Every time he tries to become a hero, he only does the minimum work. All he does is really pick up trash. And when he tried to become a hero, take the hero test, he failed it because he fell into a river or something like that.
Yeah.
Popsa gets mad because she realizes that river cause was because of her. So she shouts out, gets mad, realized she like stepped out of place and out of her comfort zone because she was just trying to back up the creeper, and then she just storms out, runs. And everyone's like, what's her problem? Like, why is she mad for? And then
older Shorty was like, hey, go talk to her. Oh, no, his mom was like, hey, let's talk about his mom's quirk real quick.
What? I didn't understand her quirk. I noticed at the end.
Her quirk?
Is to listen, right?
No. It's like telekinesis, but she used it for abuse.
Well, that's why. She tells you what to do.
No. I can be here and smack the shit out of you with a fucking invisible hand.
Oh.
Her quirk is long range abuse. Deadass. That's all she used it for. Because later on you see it, like she used it just to bow.
But I thought she was doing like a force thing.
Nope.
That's crazy.
It's
no, she just has the force.
Yeah. And she uses it for abuse.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I would love that power.
But then, yeah, she mentions that like she looked pretty upset, and then that she looked dressed for some type of reason, and that's when older Shorty was like, hey, you know what? You should go after her. You should go talk to her, comfort her, tell her she's pretty, because she obviously like got dolled up for some reason. Bro runs after her, stops her. That wasn't being honestly. I thought so too. I thought it was gonna be on some romantic shit. You see them both blush, and I was like, he's about to get at her. And then he goes about telling her, you look casual. You don't look pretty. You don't look good. You look decent.
Yeah, you look
very casual today.
Fuck.
You know what I'm saying? She takes that in the most wrongest way possible. If I came in, I thought I had that shit on, and someone told me I look basic, I'm storming out too. She slapped him, but I'm just storming out. I don't know if I can slap someone. I definitely just storm out though.
Definitely.
I'm leaving this party. I'm going home.
I put on my best fit. I put on my best shit, my designer.
It's not good enough for you?
Nope.
Not the best? You don't even think it looks cool?
I'd be pissed too. I mean, she did just throw on like a big coat and some Uggs.
You still don't think I put that shit on though? After I think I put that shit on?
Shit's Coach.
It's crazy.
But then it goes to their date, right? Or their little
so yeah, after that they're like they're doing a little stroll around town. Oof, my bad. After that, they get onto this bus tour ride thing.
Before the bus tour ride, they're like on a flea market, and he sees a certain new kind of All Might jacket.
Oh yeah, new All Might limited edition jacket with the signature on the back.
Mom says, "Don't cop that weak ass shit." He ends up copping it.
He said, "I got that shit on."
Yeah, he ends up copping it.
He broke the other one a little bit. He messed up the other one. Got a little messed up.
Fucking Captain Celebrity kept signing his shit, so.
Yeah, kind of a little messed up.
But then the bus ride happens, right?
And then they get on this bus tour ride thing. I don't know what it is, but you see a cat do the ultimate cat jump. This cat's on a bridge. Lands perfectly on a moving bus. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but
a lot of cats are weird like that, bro.
It jumped on a moving bus. I don't know how fast this bus was going, but it was a moving bus. But on this said cat had the little trigger bee.
Drugging bee.
So what it did, it was a little poke. After that, it got hit with the trigger. Dude, it did some Transformer shit. It took over the car. It took over the bus. It morphed with the bus.
Did the cat have a quirk? Or did it give it a quirk?
It gave it a quirk, and it gave it the Ben 10 quirk to
give him upgrade.
Yeah, it made him turn into a car.
It was two tails and upgrades.
It was still a functioning cat. It still meowed. It had two tails, and it could jump and move. It got distracted by a cat toy.
By a fucking cat toy.
Because the I'll say creepy grandpa. Freaky Fist grandpa, he was like, hold up, I got an idea. Him and Pop Step get a big stick. They get a little white t-shirt.
No, that nigga ripped out a stop sign.
It was a big stick. And then they put like a white t-shirt or a napkin or something, and they glued it to the tip of it. They get in front of the cat bus thing and start flagging it down. White flag. Cat's like, oh, white flag. Toy. Let me go to it. And you hear it meow and then jump super high and still strolling. And I'm just like, this makes no sense. Yes, it made no sense. That's when I was like, okay, this cat.
What made no sense to me is the fucking cat had a quirk after that. So I'm thinking Trigger has, if you don't have a quirk, it will give you a quirk then.
I thought that's how it worked in general.
No, it's supposed to just enhance your quirk.
Yeah, but like if you don't have one, you're obviously going to get like some type of enhancement.
I didn't think it would do that. So imagine
that was my thought theory.
Imagine that shit hit Freaky Fist.
Freaky Fist is just gonna be like super strong. He's gonna be like Bane.
Freakiest Fist. That's his name will be. Freakiest Fist. Grandpaws. Ooh, grandpalms. Continue. Oh, okay. So during this whole chase scene too, the Speed Hero Ingenium pulls up. And he comes with his team, and they have a way to transfer all the passengers to his other little van. And he had a guy up top just, you here, you here. But then the bus got away because it injected the rest of the trigger into the cat, right?
You know what that dude reminded me of? It reminded me of Death from Soul Eater.
The one that was doing the transfer?
Yeah.
Low key, huh? Because his kind of face,
and how
dumb he was talking was like, low key. It reminds me of Death when he's not serious.
Yeah.
But what pissed me off is when this cat hit the rest of the trigger and was driving away.
Cat hit the jets, turned to a cheetah.
Ingenium couldn't catch up.
No, Ingenium didn't. It said that he couldn't catch up. Is when he originally catch up, he used all of his fuel. First of all, I didn't think he ran on fuel because his little brother runs on his willpower and how like conditioned he is.
Yes.
So this made absolutely no sense to me. But I guess in a sense he didn't run out of fuel. He was dehydrated because all they gave him was fruit juice.
Yeah. But they were looking around like, okay, we need someone with a mobility quirk.
Hey, when the fuck did the crawler get that fast? He's keeping up with Ingenium. But Ingenium's not running full sprint, but he's still keeping up with him.
Hey, I think he's maybe faster than Ingenium now. I think this quirk is going crazy with him.
That's crazy. He was fast as shit. He caught up with him.
Ingenium couldn't catch up and said, you know what? I'll do it. He catches up, gets on there, and Shorty says, the cooler. Wait, Koichi?
Yeah, bro. No, first of all, bro's like, I got this because he realized that Ingenium couldn't get there. Takes off, hits a little extra burst to get in there. As he's getting in there, his fucking face mask rips off again.
No, he pulled it off again.
I thought he got
there and said, I'm here to save you. She's like, Koichi? She's like, the crawler? Wait a minute. Koichi? Oh my God, this fool exposes himself every fucking time to anybody.
Hey, well, how about this time, Freaky Fist Grandpa, during the fight, exposed himself?
He did?
Yeah. At the end of it, when he's talking to Koichi's mom, he's in full suit, has fists, no mask.
Oh, wow.
When she's describing, once he gets older Shorty.
After everybody was saved, right?
Yeah, once they're falling down and he realizes that he undershot Ingenium like a dumbass, he he hits the flying quirk out of nowhere, bro. It's like, I can do extra push.
Bro can glide on air.
Bro, when I watched it, I was like, he can fly? Since when? And then it goes to the backstory of how it actually happened, and she kept him down.
She kept abusing him.
That's fucked up. How are you not gonna let your son go into his full potential of his quirk? She stopped potential of his quirk.
I ain't gonna lie. I think at that point, I'm putting my kid on a leash.
People already do that.
That's what I'm saying. But definitely in that point, my kid's gliding on air away from me, bro. You're on a leash wherever we go for a while.
Bro, like, that's crazy.
She legit stunt his growth.
He pretty much.
Yeah.
And like now he can, like, he flew and he got them to safety. And then like as Freaky Fist Grandpa's talking to his mom, he doesn't have a mask on.
Nope.
He's in him, and only one with a mask on still is Pop Step. She's the only one who hasn't given up on her identity. And then as they're figuring out that he can fly, it shows that he continues to fly, gets to safety. And then the end of the episode goes about him trying to go back into using the gliding method. Turns out bro can only jump like 2 inches off the ground. He can skip a mean pebble.
So my thing on that is I believe he can only fly higher when he has 2 points of contact.
When he's in distress?
Because he caught Shorty and only...
No, he was in the mid-air when that happened.
But he only had 2 points of contact.
Of what?
Air.
He had no contact.
With air.
He's in air.
But think about it, you're always in contact with air, right?
That makes no sense.
So what really got me thinking about that is when I was watching My Hero with OG, Stars and Stripes is able to manipulate anything she can touch. She did the same thing with the air around Shigaraki. She's able to say, all right, all the air around in a 30
Well,
meter-
it was the wind. If you pretty much get into a tornado, you can't breathe.
It wasn't a tornado. They were just flying in air. So,
But exactly, she was manipulating the wind to move faster around him, so you could lose oxygen.
no, she didn't. She just said all the air around Shigaraki is no longer there. All the oxygen is no longer there. So imagine it'd be the same. I imagine it'd be the same kind of concept with Koichi. He just had to learn to.
That would be the same thing for Pop Step then.
That's why. That's why he ended up having to learn from Pop Step at the end.
But Pop Step needs a point of contact. Because it's already proven that she falls straight from the ground. She go, phew!
I feel like he'll be able to learn this way better.
Hey, wait, but didn't he do that? No, he crawled up a wall and then jumped to her.
Yeah, but as a baby, he was just crawling.
Yeah, I know.
He was crawling on air.
Yeah, but that's what I thought. He did the same thing went to her, but he rode up a wall.
I mean, I probably should have. It could have unlocked back then, but he probably didn't care as much for Pop Step as older Shorty, right?
Well, see, in that sense, they're both were gonna die. It's not just caring for. They were both gonna die. They both went off the cliff.
Oh, definitely. No, definitely.
And then he undershot it.
But I ain't gonna lie. How does this episode make you feel? I actually really like this episode.
He can fly.
He can fly.
That's just how I felt. I was like,
I'll give this one about an 8.
I was like, this guy's Deku. He can fucking do everything.
I'll give this an 8.
He can run. He can basically crawl up walls. He's super fast now, out of nowhere, and now he can fly, I guess.
So I've been thinking about this too. Where is this guy during all the events of My Hero?
Roll his ankle.
Oh my fucking god! I give it an 8 though. It was a good episode.
I give it a 9.
I liked it. I don't like Pop Step's fit at all though. When she was trying to be non-casual.
She had that shit on Hot Blue.
Can you see that? Can y'all see that?
I don't know if you want to see the angle.
That's wild. Okay. Next topic or next show, let's go to Fire Force. How this one start? We just watched it.
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay. So from what I remember this episode.
Oh, it starts off with a dragon. With the dragon.
Yeah, with the
With the dragon and the moon head. I don't know his name. Forgot his name.
Moon Mask. Benny Maru, whatever the fuck. Benny Maru. It's Benny Maru.
Is it?
Everybody, it's Benny Maru.
Is it?
It's Benny Maru.
For real?
Yes. Because
No.
yes, it's Benny Maru. Because the middle of the episode, it shows them saving him and going back to I think it's the 5th or the 7th, and him talking with the vice captain. The vice captain and Benny Maru both question after the whole saving. They're like, "Oh, are you like we knew something was wrong? Is this really happening? Are you guys really going against the government?" And Obi goes on to explain what's going on. But before all that, Moon Moonlight Mask Man saves the 8th from the dragon and the evangelist. Joker went to go help Obi out because Obi, at the beginning of the episode, is still flexing his heart out.
Still 3 episodes in.
Trying not to pass out. I'm surprised he hasn't flexed out and passed out yet. It's been 3 episodes. It's nighttime. It is nighttime.
It's been 3 episodes.
Bro's been flexing for 3 episodes. Anime time, 3 hours maybe. Straight. Throw some cards at him, finally helps Obi out. Says, thank God.
Cuts off all the fleas' heads. Perfect. Why did he do that a long time ago? Why didn't he do that in the first episode?
Honestly,
he pulled out the card and then put it back in the deck. He could do that a long time ago.
I ain't gonna lie. He probably could have done this from long. I'm not sure how good his accuracy is because those are small bugs, small targets. A lot of my friends can't hit shots in video games, so I'm not sure if Joker could have done that. But when they're talking to Obi, they just go on to explain, yeah, Captain Burns is dead. I don't know how to feel about that because they didn't even show Captain Burns really dying. He just got penetrated by that demon.
I'm pretty sure you're dead, sir. You got impaled through your chest,
bro,
pretty deep.
This is anime world, bro. You got to be able to put a fight up. I want to see a little fight after that.
He got penetrated pretty deep. Pause.
Was it his heart that got pierced, or was just upper chest? I feel like they should have showed Captain Burns dying at least, or saying a final goodbye. If he's really dead. If he's really dead, I don't think he's really dead.
I think he's dead.
I don't think he's really dead. He might fusion high with his thing, maybe.
Wouldn't that make him Inferno?
And make him like like how Sheena's final form is supposed to be, probably how the dragon guy is supposed to be.
Fuck you.
You're welcome. Then it cuts back to the 7th. Well, after Benimaru saves them all, he's trying to pretty much test the waters with Dragon and these other guys. And then somebody asked him, Are you messing around right now? Are you even trying? And that's really all he's really doing is just trying to test how strong these guys are, right? Blue, you want to be in the pod or not? And then it cuts to Captain Hibana trying to see what was the reason why everybody in her church had turned infernal at the same time. So it shows her investigating. I thought it was only
one person that got inferno, and then it burned down the whole church while she was fighting.
Only 2 that she thought survived was her and the nun girl from the 8th. Everybody else had went infernal that day. Everybody. All the other sisters, all the other children had went infernal. So she went on to investigate why this happened. And as she's there, she's with the bubblegum guy. I hate that fool. He's fucking annoying. He has a crush on her, whatever. He thinks she likes him. He's distracted. And then the 2 guys from the first pull up. I forgot what the blonde-haired dude's way of power, but I know the other guy's power is with his tuba or something. Right?
The ice dude?
Yeah. So she ends up thinking like, okay, there's got to be an entrance to the nether from here. Where can it be? What's a place the sisters would never disturb? And she realized, obviously, it's the altar. So
lay down.
After she has the guy from the first put some fire under there, he freezes it and they find the entrance. And out of nowhere, the nun, the sister that used to take care of them as kids, pops back up and says, hey.
Hello, motherfucker.
Pretty much.
She like appears from the shadow, like just her face just hello.
Out of nowhere. And she's trying to teach her, like, hey, like, I taught you better than this. And it goes on to explain more how the sisters made their own food. They would study insects, study vegetables. Captain Hibana is so smart, she puts it all together and realizes they were making these insects at the church and feeding them to the plants, having them feed out the plants and the vegetables and feeding all these plants, vegetables, and insects to the children. That's why everybody turned fertile at the same time at that dinner.
That's crazy though. So, but like fleas are not like fruit. Like
I don't think they're
animals.
fleas. I think they're other kind of insects. And they probably just like buried them inside their food or put them somewhere inside the vegetables.
I thought they were fleas though. Didn't they say fleas?
There's some kind of insect. I don't think they're fleas, but there's some kind of insect, but I believe they put the insects into their food. And they were having the children consume slowly but surely over that period of time, they became infernals.
So why didn't them two turn infernal then? They didn't eat?
They probably didn't eat the meal that day. They probably just showed up. Thinking about it now, I think season 1, before that day it happened, that was when the 8th sister had asked Hibana, can you show me the flowers real quick, just one more time? Show me your fire flowers. And that's when they went back in for dinner, and everybody was already turning infernal. Maybe. But then the sister shows up, and it pretty much ends on her pull-up. What do you think happens this next episode?
We see what happens next episode.
Did we? Did we?
Yeah.
What happens?
The sister has like this black mist come out of her feet, and then she like tries to attack him, and then you press skip.
Well, all right. So they're fighting the sister all next episode. I think she has some kind of probably like smoke or ash power, or maybe something to do with that kind of fire. This episode's getting a 7, maybe 7.5 for me. What do you think?
You give it an 8 because of the lore of the fleas getting put into the vegetables.
I'll take it back. I'll give it an 8 too because of all of that, and it didn't show Tamaki at all, so I love it.
It's like 4 straight episodes.
Yep, I love it. I love when they don't show Tamaki. It's great. As of the last anime episode to talk about this week, probably the best one up until the very end, maybe. Windbreaker. This episode starts out with our 3 boys being invited by Tatsubaki to what I thought was his favorite restaurant, and to what Bandit's character thought was a dessert shop because Tatsubaki loves dessert.
It was the red light district, right?
He got invited to the red light district, and it ended up being...
I thought that's in Amsterdam only.
Nope, it's in Japan. They have a whole... It's called, the entertainment district. That's what it is.
Oh, different. See, entertainment district. Red light district is not in Japan.
I would decide more the same, right? No? Anyways, they got invited to the entertainment district. Bandit's character realizes, hey, we're outside of at a Bofurine turf. We shouldn't be here. Let's go back and let me call Tatsubaki to figure out what's going on. Sakura says, I'm not walking all the way the fuck back for nothing. We're already here. Let's stay here.
I said the same thing. Why the fuck am I walking back?
Yeah, we're already here. And during this argument, a lady had jumped off what I believe was a 1-story building over a bar.
I thought it was a 3-story building.
Maybe a 3-story building. She could have rolled an ankle or worse.
I think she was planning on tuck and rolling.
Yep. She lands on our main character. Knocks the soul out of his chest. Suo and Banda are just like, bro, are you okay? Are you okay? What's going on? And she's apologizing the whole time. And she's trying to help him up. He's like, bitch, you're making it worse. Leave me, it's okay. I'm fine. Suo notices, hey, you're more beat up than Sakura. Your dress is ripped and you have bruises. What's going on? And she realized, oh, I need to go. I'm in a hurry for something. And as she's about to run back off, another gang of random dudes start approaching the guys. I said, hey, what's your business with her? We're here for her. You guys are nothing to us, really. You guys can go and fuck off for all we care. We're here for the lady. Sakura steps up, as he usually does, but kind of realizes he's outnumbered and has the main person with him, one of the main guys with him that can't fight and he always worries about. But Banda's character, what's his name, bro? I keep calling him Banda. Talk while I Google his name.
I honestly don't know his name. But as they're talking about the fight, they're looking at I was about to call him Sunraku.
Just call him Banda. Or Sakura?
Yeah, Sakura. I was about to call him Sunraku. And they're asking him, they're looking at him like, hey, what are you looking at? You looking at me kind of funny. He's like, nah. I'm just trying to I'm here to protect her. Like, you guys are not going to touch her or put hands on her or any of that mess. He's like, what's this to you? He goes, what? He goes, what's this to you? Realizes, oh, he's stepping up. Well, He does what he does best. Kick, bow! Kicks him right in the face and starts a whole Royal Rumble. Next thing you know, it's... I was about to call him Bandit.
Just keep calling him Bandit because I can't find it. A lot of characters are popping up, and I want to keep Googling stuff.
Yeah, and then Bandit was like, "You two fight. Don't worry. I'll hold it back. I'll protect her." Whoa. Almost like with a sword. Then, I was about to call him Sonraku again.
Sakura.
I was about to call him Senku.
So Sakura realizes he has a little flashback from Kotowa saying, you can delegate, you can give other people jobs. And he was like, okay, I'm going to trust Bandit's character to take care of the girl. And Suo reassures him, hey, he'll handle it. We'll do what we got to do. I think his name's not Chochi. That's the psycho guy from the last gang. But and then it has a little flashback to him Bandit's guy talking to Suo pretty much saying, I need to learn how to fight. I want you to train me. And the first thing Suo does is flick him, says, all right, before I teach you to fight, I'm going to teach you to defend yourself. They have a little flashback under a bridge. Suo teaches him the art of the roly-poly. Says, okay, I want you to try to punch me. He's like, I can't do that. He says, I don't give a fuck. Try to punch me as hard as you can. So he rushed the punch eye patch. And he goes on to explain, whenever someone tries to punch you, they're typically going for your face. He vanishes, tuck and rolls, trips him, grabs him, and says, if you can just drop your center of gravity, they won't notice it and they'll fall straight on their face every time.
Hey, tell me why when before this was even happening, like before the flashback, he was getting rushed. Everyone's seen him getting rushed because they went right past
Sue and Sakura?
Yeah, he ran right past him, came up with a fist. Once he was like, oh no, what should I do? And he was like, he's getting closer. Gotta wait. I was like, bro's gonna tabletop him. In my head, I was like, he's gonna tabletop him or he's gonna slam him. Or like, you know how when people run at you, like you see movies and they flip them?
Yeah.
Basically the same thing. I thought that was gonna happen, or he was gonna like get like Batista like spine busted. And then when they were showing the backstory to it, I was like, I was right.
Before they showed the backstory, I thought he was gonna cup check him and just fight dirty. I thought Suo was gonna teach him how to fight dirty. And I'm like, okay, you're not strong, but you can be fast. You're gonna go for, the weak points.
One move and one move only.
Yep, that's all you're gonna need in the fight. But he teaches him the art of the roly-poly. I kind of like it for this character because he can't really fight and he's kind of a bitch. This is a good fit for him. I feel like he's gonna learn more after this, right? But during this whole fight, Sakura's going off, fighting, beating the fuck out of these foos. After he tabletops the first guy, he gets kind of happy. Then he gets bum rushed by another foo. And he does the one thing Suo told him not to do. Close your eyes. So Suo catches that foo's arm and said, the guy's arm and says, hey, your opponent's still in training. You can't fuck with him right now. Flips him real fucking quick. I like the way Suo fights. What kind of fighting style is that? That's like some Jackie Chan shit. Right?
Effortless?
No, it's like, so like the way that Jackie Chan was fighting in certain ways was like turning your opponent's momentum against them. So he would just legit, the momentum when you would throw on a punch, he would use against yourself to make you flip and fall. I loved it. After they get done whooping these fools' asses, the last guy gets fucking mollywopped by Sakura and ends up getting bicycle kicked to the fucking ground. As they're trying to talk to this girl about what's going on, excuse me, they get bum rushed by another guy in a suit. He goes to try to kick the shit out of Sakura, but he blocks it. God damn!
Jesus Christ.
Not bad. But this guy goes on to think that our guys are scumbags and that beating up on a girl is weak. And he's trying to jump our boys, and out of nowhere he gets smacked by Shorty because he's not listening. We ended up finding out this guy does that a lot.
Terrible bodyguard.
Yeah. But he ends up being the captain of a whole nother gang. And I believe this other gang has a lot of alumni that probably had been to a former Bofering school before Umamiya took over and had everything peaceful. Because they already stated they had beef with Bofering, and Banner's dumbass character let it be known that they were from Bofering. That's when the captain says, "Oh, no wonder you guys are strong. I appreciate you guys for stepping up. Especially you," points at Sakura. It's like, "You got some guts, kid." As he's talking to him, one of the guys gets up and tries to side bust the guys from the behind. So Sakura grabs the shorty and dude, throws him, and is about to rock the shit out of this random dude when the rest of homie's gang pulls up and kicks the shit out of that dude. And he lets Sakura know and homie know, like, "Oh yeah, our boss tends to have tunnel vision when it comes to her. Our bad. We appreciate you guys' help." When they state the reason for them being in the entertainment district, they're like, "Yeah, we were told to come here by our upperclassman Tatsubaki." Shorty says, "Oh yeah."
No, before that, we find out that she's a singer.
Oh yeah, she's a singer. But then during this, she states, "Oh yeah, I'm a singer, and Tatsubaki is."
They work together.
Yeah, he works together with me at a pub.
Yeah, they work the same stage.
I thought Tatsubaki was a guitarist or another drummer or something.
I called it. I knew it was a strip club.
We get to this pub. I've talked about it many times in the intro. I did not think Tatsubaki was going to be on the pole. Let alone, I did not know Tatsubaki was going to draw a crowd like he did.
He drew a crowd. They hit diabolical areas.
The shots,
angles were wild.
The angles and shots they had on Tatsubaki were absolutely wild. I have questions for this mangaka. Very much
Crazy.
so questions. Tatsubaki is ripped as shit. The first thing I noticed when they entered the club, it showed a ripped dude spinning on this pole, and I was like, "What the hell is going on here?" And then I seen the red tips. I was like, Tatsubaki had to be the one there.
Timeout though. He had like high thigh shorts, compressed.
Something definitely had to slip out.
Bro still has everything intact.
Third leg swinging.
Yes, and everyone's.
They were throwing money too.
They were definitely throwing.
He was getting the back.
Okay. That's not the only thing that's bothering me though. He's underage.
Well, he's the upperclassman. He's a third year.
That's only a junior.
At that age, you're more or less past the age of adulthood in Japan. So at that age, I believe at 16 in Japan, you can damn near do whatever the fuck you want. So Tatsubaki took it upon himself to do what I think he loves. And then it ends there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this episode was so good up until that point, and that just took me for a whole shock.
7.
I ain't gonna lie, everything was great up until that. So besides like the last 2 minutes I give everything else a 10.
7.
Yeah, I'll give it like a 9. That's the only thing that took me by surprise was that there.
It took me by surprise. I give it an 8. Took me by surprise. Diabolical angles. I didn't need those angles. I didn't need to see.
Oh, you're a wild man for watching the whole thing through. As soon as I seen this dude on stage, I was like, okay.
No, so I was watching him on stage, right? I was watching him like. So at first he just turned around, gave you the peace sign, and then after that he did like a little roll around, and I was like, all right. Then he started spinning on it, and I was like, whoa. And then he bent over, and then that's where my good friends where I
Goofy
said this
caught
is too much.
A diabolical angle.
Too much. That's why I said it was too much. I got on my phone. After being on my phone on TikTok for like 30 seconds, it was over.
Oh yeah. As soon as I seen homie on stage and what was going on, I was immediately on my phone. I was like, okay, I can just listen to this part. I was like, I don't gotta watch this. Because I know animators nowadays, they're gonna hit those angles, and you seen it. I'm good.
I didn't need to. Episode
9, because I didn't watch. I just seen the angles you did.
Wild.
What would the old man think, Tatsubaki, if you were... Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I probably wouldn't be surprised if old man was in the crowd.
Crazy.
This season of anime, I don't know, man. This season of anime, I'm not really liking. Since Devil May Cry is kind of over, I'm not too happy about what's going on in this anime season. Fire Force is there. I thought Windbreaker was back, then it's hitting these weird angles again.
Yeah, no, that was weird.
8. I'm more or less excited for the next season of anime because we have 5 shows I want to talk about and I'm more happy about. We got Dr. Stone coming out in July. We got Sakamoto, Kaiju, a new one called Gachakuda. I showed you that. And we have Dawn returning.
Gachakuchi.
July season will be packed for us. So we got to be prepared for that. 5 episodes we're talking about a week. But more or less, that's all we really got to talk about this week, Goof. Unless you have anything else to add on for the end. Any closing words?
Whoever keeps banning my Instagram, your mom's bitch.
Stop banning my boy's account. Thank you guys again for joining us today on episode 54. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. This has been the Anything Could Happen podcast. See you guys next week.